morning. Good morning. Welcome to Travel Marketing Townhall. My name is Sandra and this is the beginning of season 3. If you joined us in season 1 and 2, you will know that we had the best time showing up, sometimes weekly, sometimes monthly. And basically, if you have a travel business, whether you are a travel agent, a travel advisor, an agency owner, a tour operator, maybe you work for a tourism board or a cruise line, this is the place for you, because we help travel businesses get and keep a consistent stream of new clients. And every single day and every week and every month and every year, it changes on how you do that. But what we can guarantee you is that we only teach you things that work. They're things that we are currently doing in our own businesses, because we are now multiple businesses. We're in our 8th year at Travel Marketing and Media. But we also have some other brands as well. And we take basically the learnings from our brands and also from our travel advisor community. Travel agent, travel advisor community is now 42,000 strong. Isn't that amazing? That's over 42,000 people who have taken our courses, done our programs, shown up for our live trainings. And I'm just really happy that you decided to pop in today, whether you are watching the live or the replay, to basically see what's going on, listen to me answer a few questions. And if you're one of our All Access Pass members, it's one of our paid programs. One of the benefits of your program is that you can send me in questions. So all you need to do is to go to the All Access Pass dashboard, which you can find in the footer of our website, travelmarketingandmedia.com. Scroll down to the bottom, click on All Access Pass, and once you log in, you'll see a button right there that says Ask Sandra Anything. If you happen to get a question in during one of our live tapings of Travel Marketing Town Hall, my team can send it across if I get a little bit of extra time, and I'd be happy to answer your questions. So all of the questions today are from our members, but if you're not an All Access Pass member, the good thing is that you are so welcome here. You get to listen. So I would love to know who is here for the very, very first time. If you were here for the very, very first time, you can see on your screen, go ahead and write #first-time in the chat. Now, if you don't know where the chat is and you're watching on our website, travelmarketingandmedia.com/townhall, all you have to do is to hover over the live and click on the YouTube button. The YouTube button will kick you out. You won't miss a second, don't worry. It'll kick you over to YouTube and you'll have the chat come up in there. Otherwise, if you don't feel like you need to chat, you just want to sit you and I with your coffee, your tea, it's too early for wine, then you don't need to. But if you do want to read the comments or you want to participate in the comments, just click on that YouTube button right there. So I'm super keen to know who is here for the very, very first time. Go ahead and write #first-time just there, and I will be able to see you in here. Lauren says that she is here for the very first time. Welcome, Lauren. It's nice to have you back. Travel Hut Peyton is here for the first time. Sarah Green is here for the first time. Oh gosh, we have a lot of people here for the first time. But then, of course, we have our groupies. I love this. We have, oh my gosh, it's moving too fast. It feels like at the end of Star Wars when the credits go up really quickly because there's so many commenting. 2019, hey girl, hey, yes, and I remember you since 2019. I could walk past you in a crowded room and I would see you. Shayla says, hi Sandra, you look so fresh and beautiful today. The new year looks good on you. Listen, I'm in Los Angeles and I live right by one of the 3 fires. There is literally mayhem going on in this city right now. And we were up until 4 a.m. this morning. Firstly, we are safe. That is the most important thing. Secondly, we're a little bit overwhelmed right now. It's a little scary, but we have each other. We have a plan. We're fully packed to evacuate. And my team this morning, someone on my team was like, why are you going live? And I said, because the people are going to be there. It's actually a really good distraction for me to go live this morning. For those of you, there's a lot of people asking, DMing us and asking if we're okay. Yes, we are okay. We are near the 3rd fire that popped up last night. It was super scary. It came up at 10:23 last night. It spread 100 acres in 12 minutes and then 500 acres within a couple of hours. The fire is about 9 miles from us, but the evacuation point, basically evacuations, if you're not familiar with wildfire evacuations, we're put into groups. And so you're group 1, which is just to know that you could evacuate. Group 2, which is start getting ready, packing, doing all your things. And group 3 is you got to go. So last night, the suburb next to us got a group 3 and we were on group 2. And then when we woke up, we went to bed at 4 o'clock. We woke up again at 6:30 this morning. We were gone down, we were still, the suburb next to us had gone down to a group 2. So that's really good. To give a little context, we are above the Hearst fire. We're about 9 miles from the Hearst fire. And in between us and the fire, it's all bushland because we're just outside of the city. But the good thing is that we are north of the Hearst fire, and the winds, the Santa Ana winds, which is what's causing the mayhem because it's spreading the fires, it is going southwest. So as long as the winds keep going southwest, we're totally fine. If the winds change direction, we got the go bags, the car is packed already, and I'd much rather be here with you than just pacing the room, reading comments on Facebook. So I'm super happy to be here with you as well. Good morning on the West Coast. If you are on the West Coast, if you are in California, stay safe. If you're in Los Angeles, thank you for joining me. You're probably looking for a distraction just like me this morning as well. So many first-time people in here. I'm going to try call out a couple. Alicia, Liz, Patricia, Suzanne, Excellent Escapes Travel, Candace, Francis. Where did all these first-time people come from? Cheryl, Allison, Anne-Marie, Sarah, YouTube user. That's all good. That's a good name. Laurie says, I'm so glad Townhall is back. Girl, I'm glad it's back, and I'm glad that yours is the first question up. I'm pretty sure yours is the first question up. Well, or it's Laurie. Lexi's first time. Welcome, Miss Lexi. Shayla says, please be safe. Yes, ma'am. It is really tough in these times, but we have to also look at the people last night who just lost all their houses and everything. So definitely think of those people. Also, if you are close with the Ama Waterways family, think of them because their office is in Calabasas, which is on the west side. They're all safe, but Gary Murphy's family is from Pacific Palisades and down that way. So I don't know if their family lost their home last night. Gary doesn't live there, but his family home was there. It's where he grew up. So if you see Gary online, send him lots of good vibes. Okay, so I want to have a really good time with you all today. We're going to answer some really good questions, and a couple of things. I want to do two little housekeeping things because a couple of little housekeeping things because we have so many first timers. I was going to jump straight into the questions, but let me do this really quickly for you. If you are new to Townhall, the way that this works, we've actually set dates for 6 months. So you can go ahead and you go to our events page, which is, let me put it up on the screen for you. You can go to travelmarketingandmedia.com/events, and you will find a list of all of the dates right up until June. Like I just put it on the calendar and I committed. Unless something huge happens and I'm on television on the news that day, then, or I'm on a flight, we'd shift it by a day or two, but you can go ahead and put those dates in your calendar. And if you're an All Access Pass member, anytime you think of a question, just go ahead and send it in. It doesn't have to be at a particular time. My team will pull them out and get them ready for you. If you are new to us, you probably don't know about our podcast. We're on a break at the podcast right now. Seasons of the podcast, and we come back with season 3 titled Shorties, where all the episodes are 5 minutes or less. It's really exciting. And that will come out probably, I would say, in the next 2 months because we're on a hiatus right now. But there's season 1 and 2 episodes to listen to. They are so good. If you feel like you're not where you want to be, if you feel like you just need to refocus and recalibrate, if you're not getting the momentum that you're getting, go ahead and jump onto the podcast, because sometimes all it takes is to put your shoes on, go for a walk, fold laundry, whatever it is that you do, drive. I listen to podcasts when I drive, when I do the school run backwards and forwards. But yeah, the podcasts are a really good way to just ground yourself and get refocused again. If you are looking for tools, like things to use to make your business run easier, we do have a great list of smart tools over on our website. So you can go over to travelmarketingandmedia.com/smart tools. If you don't remember any of these links, when you go to travelmarketingandmedia.com and you scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll see everything there, everything that we have there. And 2 more things. Number 1, we have, my friends, we have 14 cabins left on our sailing. on our 6-month coaching program. Our 6-month coaching program begins in the next couple of weeks. We have our first this week, but it'll be to jump in afterwards. You'll catch up real quick. But we're basically running a 6-month coaching program with me and with Margie Jordan. And it's called Insightful. And this is your opportunity to coach in person with us, to have like just dedicated time with us. It's not a big group at all. Given that, you know, I can get onto stage and speak to 2,000 people. This is a really small group. The coaching program lasts for 6 months. It is super, super affordable for a 6-month program, and it includes a 4-night cruise on the Amadante out of Paris on March 8th. I had a quick look at flights the other day. You can get flights from the West Coast for $400 round trip, from the East Coast for $350 round trip. Whether or not you sail river cruising or not, it's irrelevant. We just happen to be on the Amadante. We're sailing out of Paris, and we're doing a 4-night, and it's just the most incredible program. So it includes 8 weeks pre-cruise program, and then the actual program on board itself, you literally walk on board, drop your bags, and go straight to class. And we will be working super hard. It doesn't matter if you're a brand new advisor or if you've been around for 25 years. If you want to grow your business and you want to stop wasting time on things that don't work, but you need a plan for your business, your niche, your skill set, this is the way to go. And then when you get when you're on board, we're going to put you into pods, into groups who are all focused on exactly the same goal. So you'll be in a different goal, perhaps a different path to somebody else, but you'll be in a pod with people who have the same goal. And then when you get home for 3 months, you'll do pod meetings. They'll either be weekly or bi-weekly. So you'll have accountability there. Plus you'll have 3 more coaching sessions with me when you get back. So if you want to learn more about that, go over to travelmarketingandmedia.com/insightful, or send us an email. We'd be happy to help. Okay, so that is everything. I have one more thing to tell you at the very end, but let's jump into some of the questions. I'm going to pull up my questions right now. Okay, let's see. My very first question is from Laurie, and then I went ahead and I pulled a couple of questions from our members, and I did varying topics for you because I feel like what one person wants to learn about is not exactly the same. Like, I don't want to keep it all the same topic, and I picked questions that whether or not you're new or you're seasoned, it doesn't matter. It's all going to help you out today. So the first question is from Laurie, and she says, "Hey Sandra, if you've been running your business for several years, but want to rebrand with a name that aligns more closely with a luxury brand specializing in luxury cruises and land travel, would you recommend making this change? Why or why not?" And then she has a follow-up question, which is, how easy or difficult is it to update your website domain on Wix to reflect a new company name without losing any of your existing website pages or content? I love this question. I feel like a lot of people will name their business in their early days, and it's named based on just like whatever you could come up with at the time, whatever domain was available and social handles, or what you kind of hoped or thought that your business would be in the beginning, and then it morphs into something else. If that was you, let me know in the chat. I would love to know. My business name was this, and then it was this. And let me tell you, exactly the same thing happened to me. For those of you who remember, my old business name was, I'm going to put it on the screen, and my new business name that came not long after, Village Girl Marketing was my old business name, and Travel Marketing and Media was my new business name. And I'll tell you a little bit about why I did that, because I think that we went from Village Girl Marketing to Travel Marketing and Media. I'm just going to pop that up on the screen for you so you can see it. This was our old village name and our old business name and our new business name. Village Girl Marketing had something that was very personal to me. It has it's a nod to my heritage, to my background, to my ethnic background, and to where my mom was raised, and the fact that we're from the islands and from the South Pacific Islands. And it just felt like it was just me and the agency in the beginning. I was just a one-girl show. And I felt like people didn't immediately know what I did from my name. And I would go as far as to say, people don't have to immediately know. You don't know what Gucci does if you just saw the name Gucci. Dolce & Gabbana, you don't know what they do. Shiseido, you don't know what they do. Sony, that doesn't tell you what they do. So if you're going to go for a name that doesn't tell people what you do, you absolutely want to have a tagline that makes that super clear. In fact, you want to have a whole group of branding items that make it clear. So you'll want to have a tagline, which is that Nike just do it being the tagline. That doesn't really tell you what Nike do, but I guess they're a big enough brand that they could literally change their logo to the golden arches and write Nike on it, and it still wouldn't make a difference. They'd still be well known. But you definitely want to have a business name that tells people what you do, or a tagline that tells people what you do, and or I say, because you absolutely want this third thing, a core message that tells people what you do. So I actually happen to have a core message up on the screen that I'd written in a previous training session. Read this on your screen. It says, my core message: I help busy families choose, plan, and book vacations where they can visit incredible destinations and have amazing experiences together. If you have a business name like Gucci Travel and you want a tagline like family travel experts or luxury family travel experts as your tagline, that's going to tell people exactly what you do whenever they see the tagline. But then when they go onto your website, you're going to want to make sure that the core message, this message that I have on my screen, is visible right there, right when you come on the website. When you go into travel marketing and media, it's super clear. I don't know if I can pull this up on my website, but let me show it up on the screen. Probably can actually. Share screen. Okay, so this is our website just here. And the first thing that you will see is it will tell you in here, marketing for travel brands that actually works. Get a consistent stream of new clients. So we actually have 2 lines just there, and it's super, super clear. So if you came to the Travel Marketing and Media website, you would see Travel Marketing and Media. Yes, that's why we changed our name, so that it made more sense to people. People could see, oh, I think I'm in the right place because I'm either in travel or I'm in marketing. If you are a dentist, you probably know right now that this is not the right place for you. Get a consistent stream of new clients. And then it says marketing for travel brands that actually works. If you didn't scroll any further on our website, you would know that what we do. It would be super, super clear to you. So I think it's not a problem to change the business name. In fact, I think that if it's something that's like sitting on you or sitting with you, that you just feel like what I do now what my business name is now doesn't reflect who I am, absolutely go for it. A couple of things to consider first, and you might want to write these down if you are somebody who is thinking about changing your business name. Number 1, make sure that you check the trademark listings to make sure that the name isn't already trademarked. You'd hate to become Gucci Travel and find out that somebody already trademarked Gucci Travel. Number 2, make sure that you can find the domain so that's available. So that's www.guccitravel.com. Don't do .biz, don't do .travel or anything like that. It's not going to help you. And number 3, make sure that all of the social handles that you'll need are available. Now, your social handles don't have to exactly match your business name, but you'll want to have consistency. So it might be Gucci Travel for you, or the Gucci Travel, or Gucci Travel Official as your social handles. What you'll want to do, though, is just to make sure that they are the same right across the board, and that you can get those on all the platforms, even though you probably only use 1 or 2. So the second part of that question was, how easy or difficult is it to update your website domain on Wix to reflect the new company name without losing any of your existing pages? It's actually really simple, but it might not be easy for you if you're not confident in Wix. And I love that expression. It's simple, but it's just not easy. Or it's easy, but it's not simple, because both can be true to various situations. So basically what you'll do is, once you've bought the domain, you're going to point your existing website to a new domain. So it's basically like getting a car and having it parked in one parking bay, and then choosing to park it in a different parking bay. You'll just back out and go park somewhere in the other bay. Your car is the website. Here's a few things that you'll have to consider. The work has to be done on the front of the website where people can see it, and also behind the scenes. So yes, you're going to want to change your logo and your business name and the footer, and you'll want to go through every page on your website to change your business name. But you'll also want to go into your page settings and change it in your page settings. That's incredibly important. And then you'll want to resubmit your site to Google. There's also something called a redirect that you can do, where you can say all of my previous page, which would have been villagegirlmarketing.com/about, please point it directly to travelmarketingandmedia.com/about. So I hope that that helped you just there. If that has been helpful to you, let us know in the comments. But I think that rebranding absolutely is a great idea. You absolutely just have to rethink. You just have to think through all of the steps. And it takes a while to get it all done. So you might want to write yourself out a plan of attack. Go to ChatGPT and type in, what are the first steps that I need to know as a small business about rebranding and changing my business names? And can you please write me a checklist? There you go. Okay, so let me go into the second question. This is from Sue. Sue says, hi, Sandra. We love the Travel Marketing and Media magazine that I think that we have. I don't know, Flora, can you check for me and see how many editions of the magazine we have? They are evergreen and they are available for our all access members to download, and they are phenomenal. Some of them are 30 pages, some of them are 50 pages, and it's all just how to do things, what to do. It's not like ads or anything like that. Nobody's advertising in those magazines. It is literally just helpful content, and it's all broken into different themes. But she says, hi, Sandra, we love the Travel Marketing magazine. Are you and are considering a magazine to use as a lead magnet and monthly email to our subscribers? Question number one, how long does it take you to create your magazine each month? And number two, how many people do you have working on it? We are trying to determine if this is feasible to add to our workflow. Thank you. So firstly, I love the concept of a travel magazine as a download, especially if you're putting a website that is, a magazine that is very specific to your niche. So if you focus on river cruise travel and you want to take, maybe you've bought our marketing kits before, or you have your own content and you want to put together a magazine. And I actually know 2 or 3 people who have done this, actually way more than that, probably a dozen people who did this with a river cruise marketing kit. They took like all 10 or 16 articles, I can't remember what was in it, and put it together as a magazine. It was a PDF. That's all they did. Then they put a cover page on the front and a cover page on the back with their business name and their website. And basically they made it into a lead magnet. And for those of you who don't know what a lead magnet is, it's just where people sign up for something and then they get it delivered to their inbox right away. So people are downloading their travel magazine, their river cruise marketing magazine for free. Now, just whacking a lead magnet on your website is not going to get anyone to sign up for your email list. No, my friend, if it was that simple, we'd all just do that. You have to go out and promote and advertise. But if you're running ads on Pinterest, if you're running ads on Facebook or Meta, if you're out at speaking engagements, if you're driving traffic to your website and you're getting 300 people to your website a week, 100 people to your website a week, 10,000 people, it doesn't matter. And people are coming to that website and they're seeing that magazine and they're like, wow, I would love to have a 30-page magazine on river cruising with tips and tricks and that would fill me in before I take my first cruise. Someone's going to put their email address in there. And that, my friend, is a very warm lead. So that's the first thing. Not that you even actually asked me whether or not I thought it was a good idea. I do think a magazine is an excellent idea. Here's the problem. The magazine takes a really, really long time to put together. You don't need to do a monthly magazine. You could just do an annual magazine. You could keep it up for as long as it works. We have a quiz that we put up in 2019. It still grows our email list. People take the quiz, we get their email address, they become part of our email list. It's magical. We've never changed it. The quiz is still exactly the same because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I would say if you're doing a magazine, the goal would be to do such a great magazine that people would want to keep downloading it, and that you wouldn't have to change it. Don't do additions like us. We're a coaching and a marketing agency, so we wanted to keep giving you new content. And the reason I say don't do that, don't keep making new magazines, is because each magazine took between 40 and 80 hours to create for our team. And there were 5 people at any given time working on the magazine. And we brought out a magazine every single month. So that just goes to tell you how much work it is. But like I said, if you have all access pass and you want to string together some articles, we have 27 magazines. It's over 2 years of monthly magazines. Like we're up there with Vogue. No, we're not really, but you know what I mean? Like that's a lot of work. So I would say, yes, a magazine is a phenomenal idea. 2 things. One, you can't just make a magazine and put it on your website. Before you even think about jumping into Canva, think of what your plan is to promote and advertise that magazine, right? Number 2, that the magazine should be so good that it's going to last you a year or 2. And I definitely would strategize and make sure that whatever goes into that magazine is in direct alignment with what you want to sell. So thank you for sending that in. We've got a couple of older questions that we peppered in with some newer questions, and I love that question just there. Okay, so next is, and just remember, if you have a question, we take questions from all Access Pass members. Just go straight to your portal and log in and submit the question there, and my team will send it over for me. I think I have, yes, I have a question that somebody sent in. It's from one of our members, so that's good. Okay, next question is from Vicky, and Vicky says, I've been very consistent with my weekly content, and I post in my group at least 3 to 4 times a week. I ask questions in the group, etc., but I can't get the group to interact. Do you have any ideas on what I can do to get their attention or to get my posts to be more visible to them? I don't know the Facebook algorithm, so I'm at a loss. This happens to a lot of people, that they start Facebook groups and they just fall flat on their face. Let me know in the chat if you have a Facebook group. Let me know if it's working for you, if it's not working for you. Here's the thing. The first decision that you're going to have to make is this a Facebook group for people to put up and post anything that they want? Is it for everybody to put, like, not anything, like obviously not breaking the rules, but do you want people to have that freedom to just post anything related to travel? Or is this a Facebook group where you just want to make posts and you want everybody to see it? Because they both have pros and cons. The pros and cons of having a Facebook group where you post, you're in control, and you just want people to engage with you. It's hard. It's hard because you always have to be coming out with new content. It's hard because the minute you become the authority in your group, other people don't want to chime in and answer questions or engage with each other, because even if they consciously haven't really thought it to themselves, they don't want to step on your toes. So for example, we have a Facebook group. It's called the Travel Marketing and Media Facebook group. I don't know what it's called. I'm going to put the link in the chat. If you're not in our Facebook group, you should definitely be in our Facebook group. And there's about maybe 6,500, 7,000 people in there, I think. I'm not even really sure. And the reason that I'm not sure is because, I'm just going to put it up on the screen for you, I don't really do much in that Facebook group. That Facebook group is not about me. That Facebook group is a space where all of you can come together. Nobody's complaining about suppliers or host agencies or trying to sell each other to join a host agency. It's a place where you can ask questions about building your business and marketing, and other people can jump in. Here's why I don't participate in the group. I don't participate much in the group. I do a little bit, but not much. Because the minute that I answer someone's question, number one, it gives the impression that I'm there to answer everybody's questions, and I just don't have the capacity to do that. Number two, it stops other people. So for example, if I put in my opinion on, I think last week, I think it might've been, somebody put up a business card, like the first, like 3 options for business card designs, and they wanted feedback from the group. Love that. But if I was to put in my opinion, which I did not until like a week later, then other people would probably think, well, Sandra's the expert. I'll just agree with her, or I won't say anything if I don't agree with her, or she's already answered it, so I don't need to. So that takes away a lot of the engagement possibilities. So I waited until a week later and then put my opinion in. The other thing also is, if you do that kind of a group and nobody puts up a question for a while, the group can be really, really quiet, and the algorithm always favors activity and engagement. The busier your Facebook group is, the more it's going to show that Facebook group to strangers, the more it's going to show the individual posts in the group to people who are in the group. So I think the first thing to do is to step back and ask yourself, I think it was Vicky's question, was it? Vicky, to step back and ask yourself, is this a group that I want to always be posting content, or do I want other people to be posting content? Now, if you want people to engage with you, the best questions that you can ask people in life are about themselves. I have a family member that we just don't see eye to eye on so many things. So whenever I see her, if the conversation is getting a little whack, I'm like, how are the kids? And then she's so excited to tell me how the kids are. I'm like, you got pictures? That's it. Out comes her phone and she's showing me pictures of the kids. And I genuinely do want to know how the kids are, but people love to talk about themselves, and it's an easy way to get people to engage with you in the way that you want them to. So here are a few ideas if you want to write this down for how to engage with people in your Facebook group. You can ask people a question where you say, what is the best vacation you ever took in your entire life? And what is your single memory, the first thing that pops into mind for you? That kind of question has benefit because it starts conversation. It starts getting people to be like, oh, I never thought of going to Jordan, or Saudi Arabia was never on my bucket list, or, oh, a river cruise. I'm an ocean cruiser, but why did you, oh, you liked it for that reason? So that's good. Another one is post your favorite travel photo from your most recent vacation. Post the favorite photo of you traveling ever. I'm going to go ahead and do this now in the Facebook group, and I'm going to show you what that looks like, and I'm going to share my screen with you. Let me just open up our Facebook group. And I'm going to head over there, and we're going to see by the end of today, if you're watching the replay, you'll be able to go straight in there. Let me share my screen first. And you'll see how we put together that kind of a page. Let's see. Okay, I'm over on Facebook. Okay, perfect. All right, so I'm going to say I love getting great branding shots for my business in the travel industry when I travel. Sometimes it's a real photographer, and sometimes it's just on my iPhone. Show me one of your fave photos of yourself on a trip. Okay, so that is how I'm going to lay it out. I love to put spaces in the middle, just like this. Okay, perfect. And I'm going to then go ahead and put up one of mine. I probably should have thought this through before. I'm sure I've got photos of myself in here. Let's see. That's not a photo from a trip. Oh, there we go. That's not really a travel photo. Oh, here's some travel photos. These are some, oh, this is actually one of my favorite photos. This was taken in Prague about 6 weeks ago. So was it Prague? Yes. And I'll put here, this is one that was taken in Prague in November. And I found a great photographer on Instagram for only 165 euros deal. I got around 60 amazing pics. Show me yours. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead, and you can put a couple of emojis on there as well. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's put an emoji in. It's going to suggest some of these emojis, but they're not the one that I want. I want a camera emoji. There we go. Oh, she's not working. Oh, well, that's okay. And I'll hit post. So that kind of a post is going to get you, there we go. Ah, there is me. And I'm sure that by the end of the day, that's going to have some engagement. So then you ask yourself, well, what's the benefit of that to my business? Well, that depends on you. What was your goal for even starting a Facebook group? My Facebook group, people have to give their email address to join the Facebook group. So the engagement in here just makes it more fun and interesting, and it helps people. Somebody might think, you know what? I've never had that idea to do a photo shoot and look on Instagram. I typed in Prague photographer. Someone came up. I looked at their work. I booked her. I met her right here. And she snapped a couple of pics, and I just turned up wearing the nicest clothes that I had that day. So it might just be that somebody gets an idea in your group and likes you for that or thanks you for that. It could be that you get other people thinking like, oh my gosh, I've never been to Prague before. So those are the different ways that you can get engagement in your group. But I would definitely take a step back, jump into ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT, what are the pros and cons of running a Facebook group for my travel business? And what are some suggestions to get engagement? Okay, so let me jump into my next question. Okay, let me check the time. We're going good for time. Okay, so this is I've got 3 older questions that I wanted to pull up because they were so good. And then I'll grab a new question that's just come in. So Jenny asks, I constantly get asked about donating my planning fee as giveaways for different event giveaways for raffle prizes and door prizes. Although it is attractive for the advertising, I just don't feel right about donating my planning fee. And so far I have said no. If you agree on no, could you help me construct a response? I'm interested in your thought and guidance, pretty please. Thanks as always. So Jenny actually sent this question in, I think before ChatGPT, and I just really liked it because I see this question brought up a lot in Facebook groups of advisors and agents about donating prizes and things like that. I think if you're going to donate a prize because you want to get your brand out there, make it something that is like travel. Oh my gosh, I have a good idea. Hold on, let me see. I don't want to knock down my whole camera setup, but this is where I do news and morning shows from. Look at this. This globe, I got this. I mean, I think I got it from Home Goods, and I think it was maybe like $50. It was $49. Something like that, I feel like is going to make more of a visual impact at an event where you can put a little tag on it with a little envelope full of business cards in there. You know, the envelope, you could just get a regular envelope, bit of ribbon, tie it on there and say, wishing you many incredible travels. You could do a small size version of it as well. But if it's meant to be more of a valuable prize, that globe was $49. I would much rather give a travel book, an atlas, a coffee table travel book. This is going to stay out. So I think this is a really clever idea. I don't know why I thought of that. I thought of that just now. Yeah, if I do any kind of a networking event where they want me to give a prize, I'm actually going to give one of these, because this will stay in someone's home and people will say, like they do every time they come to our home. I'm in our studio office right now. People always say, oh my gosh, that globe is so nice. And I low-key want one for the living room. So I might go to Home Goods today, another distraction from the buyers. And I think that's a great idea for something rather than a planning fee. Let me tell you, just like friends and family, the minute that you do something that you know in your gut, Jenny, is not right, it always backfires. That client is going to end up becoming the hardest client ever. They're going to feel like they want it. They're going to feel entitled to it. I just wouldn't do a planning fee. I would gift something that was travel related. It could be a travel tote bag, not a tote bag because that sounds shit. Well, it depends on the level of gift giving, but it could be a piece of like a carry-on bag. It could literally be a carry-on suitcase that you got on Amazon for $50 to $100, or it could be something like this. But I definitely think don't give away your planning fee because it's just giving away too much. Okay, so let me see. Amy says, love the globe, wanted one as soon as I saw yours. Amy, I want another baby now that I see yours. Well, I do, but I don't. I'm a mama of a 5-year-old. Can you believe that? For those of you who knew me before I was even married, let alone pregnant, let alone a mama. Your baby's so cute, Amy. Yes, so the globe makes you get all the travel vibes, and it is a talking point in somebody's house or office or workplace. And I think that straight away, it just gives really good feelings. Mumbai Travel, hello. Love the idea of giving a travel related prize instead of a certificate of planning time, like 3 to 4 hours with no fee. Yeah, I just don't think, I think that's Nicole, right? I don't think that giving away your planning fee or your work time is the right way to go. I think that this is a much more visual prize. And also this looks really good at silent auctions as well. Oh, and then she says, I literally have an auction donation form on my desk right now. And I just said the word auction. There you go. Great news about the workshop on the Seine. Definitely recommend it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, if you guys can come, I want to see you in Paris. Come and meet me on March 8th. If you're going to the Astor River Cruise Expo, you have time to fly up without missing a beat. We made sure that we Rubik's cubed it the right way. Nicole says, I made great connections and learned a lot on my marketing sailing with you in 2021 and I'm still in touch with many of those colleagues. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's move along to the next question. I hope that helped you with the planning fees. Okay, my team actually, let me see. Okay, yes, my team has sent me 2 good questions. One is from Shayla. I started updating my business plan before the year ended and realized that my business has changed so much since the last time I updated it. Are you planning on doing a business plan workshop, or do you have some guidelines for updating a travel business plan? Yes. So my suggestion to you is, anyone else in this situation, let me know in the chat who has a business plan. This is what I want you to tell me. Yes, I have an updated business plan, or I want you to tell me not yet. I don't have a business plan yet. And if you don't have a business plan yet, let me tell you where I'm going to send you. And Shayla, I'm sure that you have done this so many times. Oh, let me stop sharing my screen. I'm sure that you've done this so many times, but I want to show it to those of you who haven't done it before. Let me share my screen again. It's been a little while since we've done Town Hall. I'm getting back into the habit of sharing my screen and then not sharing it. Okay, so we are on our website right now, and I want to show you, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, this is where you'll find everything. Start here over on the left-hand side. If you are new to us, come over here, because the first thing that I want you to do is to go to the Travel Business Blueprint. Even if you've done this before, if you are still in the same place, it means you've got to do it again. What do they say? God or the universe always keeps giving you the same lessons to learn because you haven't learned it yet. The reason you have to keep finding yourself back here is because you haven't done it right yet. And when I say right, you haven't done it in a way that gave you clarity, which means you got to go back and do it again. And if you need to ask questions, send in questions if you're an All Access Pass member. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to forecast your commission. This is super critical. We actually have a commission calculator. It just got updated. You can go in, download the commission calculator. It has a full video that teaches you in here. Look, we need to change that. Ez and Flora, can you change travelmarketingandmedia.com/revelation to say 2025? This takes you less than 30 minutes, my friend. You will know, basically you download this, you watch a video, the video is like 12 minutes or something. You find a quiet space and you basically sit down and you figure out your commission goals for the year. Start with your commission goals. Before you do a business plan, start with your commission goals. If you start with a commission goal, the reason that that's good is because you've got your eye on the prize. It means that everything else that you need to put in your plan, which is how to get there, is based on the numbers. Listen to this. Your commission goal is like putting an address into a GPS. Your business plan or your marketing plan is the step-by-step turns to get there. And things will happen during the year. A road will close, just like here today. It's a story of everyone's lives in LA today right now. It's really hard to get anywhere. That then the GPS will repivot you. And you'll learn to repivot yourself, or to ask for help, or to come to our community and to ask people in our community, or if you're in our membership, to ask me. And you'll just keep pivoting, but you're always still trying to get to the same destination. I wonder if anyone is brave enough to admit in the chat, are you someone who literally has a goal, puts it in, and then makes a plan on how to get there? I'm going to do this event, then I'm going to do these ads, then I'm going to do this meet and greet, then I'm going to do this collaboration, then I'm going to pay to get myself out in these areas. I'm going to go to this event. Are you that person, or are you the person that puts a goal for your commission and then says, I'm just going to do my best to hit that goal? So do you have a goal and you do your best, or do you have a goal and you have a very detailed plan, like a step-by-step turn? Because if you don't have a step-by-step turn, if you don't have GPS directions, the chance that you will get to number 2 Smith Street in downtown LA is highly unlikely. You'll do a lot of driving. You'll expend a lot of energy, a lot of time. You might get a little frustrated, and being able to turn it back at the end of the day and be like, well, I didn't make it to Smith Street, but I did my best. I don't want that for you. Now you're going to see a little bit of tough love from your new travel coach. If you're here for the first time, you're like, oh, this girl mean. I don't want that for you, because just setting a commission number and then saying, I'm going to do my best, it's not going to get you to your goal. You've got to have a marketing plan. Your marketing plan starts with your content that you're putting out onto your website and that you're putting out on social. If you're even using social, we don't use social. We do great without it, but we use Pinterest, we use ads, and we do in-person events. Your entire plan, which you can do here in the Business Blueprint for free, has got to revolve around the address you're trying to get to, the numbers that you're trying to get to. Okay, so I love that people are saying in here, Shayla says, my commission calculator is done. Good. Now go do your content. Once you've done your content, then do your marketing funnel. You don't really need any more of a business plan than that, Shayla, because otherwise you're going to find yourself just sitting, working on a business plan. You're working on a document. All you need to have, everybody, write this down. You need to have, and I'm going to pull it up on my screen again. Hold on. Let me go back. You need to have commission forecasted. So go in and use our commission calculator. You need to map out your sales pipeline or your marketing funnel. Same. You need to do that. Okay. That's going to tell you the step-by-step directions to get to your commission goal. Then you need to have a content plan. Posting every day on social is not a strategy. It's not a plan. It's just a concept of a plan. Number 4, then you need to get your website up to par. And then number 5, you need to start advertising and promoting. And number 6, you need to track and analyze your data points. If you only looked at these 6 steps, this is all you need. You can do 100,000 in profit. You can do $1 million in profit. You would follow this exact same blueprint. So if you haven't done this already, make sure, I'm going to put it up on my screen now. Go ahead over to the blueprint at the end of this. Let me put up the address for you and redo that. And if you've done it, you just might need to do a bit of it again. So Shayla, you've done your commission calculator. Girl, maybe you need to go in now and do your content planner. If you've done your content planner, maybe you need to go in and rework your marketing funnel and really pay attention to what your top of funnel tactics are, your middle of funnel tactics, and your bottom of funnel tactics. Okay. All right. We have time for 2 more questions. Let me see. I'm also going to check real quick my text messages because I've just had 10 messages come in. Okay. Checking. Okay, perfect. Everything is good here. Okay, yep, everything is good. That's my assistant checking in. Okay, that's good. Okay, All right, everybody else is good. Okay, just making sure there's nothing from the school or anything. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. Okay, so let me see, because the team has sent me through another question. Okay, so let me pull that up for you. Okay, one more question from one of our members is, I've been posting consistently daily on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest with very small new business or attention for potential clients from social media. What would you recommend to help grow? I'm consistent, but to no avail. Running ads, multiple more posts a day, and that's from Wendy. Hi, Wendy. Wendy's been with us forever. Okay, so I would recommend, I'm going to pull this up on my computer, and then I'm going to share my screen with you. And Wendy, even if you've done this, I'd like you to do it again, my friend, because sometimes we have to hear something more than once for it to click. And sometimes when we hear it the first time, we're not quite ready for it. And so we need to hear it again a little bit later on. So let me share my screen. Okay, present. Okay, share screen. Okay, here we go. Share. Okay, so I am on our website at the moment on our podcast page. And like I said before, we're taking a break from the podcast now. We're coming back with a whole new season soon. But let me just let me get rid of my face. I have a great face, but you don't need to see me right now. Okay, so, and then I'm going to get rid of Blueprint off the screen. There we go. Okay, so this is our podcast page. I want you to come in here. If social media is not working for you right now, if you're not getting new bookings from social media, the first thing I want you to do, go ahead and tell me in the chat if this is you too. I don't want Wendy to feel like she's alone, because this is so many people. This was me in April of 2022 when we quit social media. Yes, we're a marketing agency and we don't use social media. And that's okay, because at the time we couldn't do all the things. And I want you to know that you can't do all the things. You can only do what you can do. All right. And maybe social media is the one thing that is just, you're spinning your wheels and you're not getting anywhere. So if that is you, let me know in the chat in there. And then there's a couple of podcast episodes I want you to listen to. This first one, and you can actually just listen here on the website. See, it just comes up and you can play here. The first one is episode 36. So write these down, my friends. Episode 36. That one is Social Media SOS, 4 Common Mistakes You Might Be Making on Your Social Media. That is a really good episode, episode 36. The next one, oh, you know what? Episode 40. Episode 40 in here. The hard truth about why your travel business is not growing right now. Okay, those two, so 36 and 40. We're going to go backwards a little bit. It's not directly related to social media, but I think it'll start to click in your head. Go to episode 31, the one with the rose on it, and it's called Unveiling 2 Major Marketing Lessons from The Bachelor. Okay, so that one there I think is a really good one for you. So that's 31, 36, and 40. And then I had one very specific one. Let me see. In my head, I know what it needs to be. Oh, episode 19. I want you to look at episode 19 just here. The relationship between marketing, sales, and the 100 meters. Okay. And oh, there was one about social media specifically. So I'm going to pull that one. Let me grab that. Go and listen to these. If you have time, go listen to them today. And if you don't, queue them up, download them. Oh, why we quit social media and why you might want to as well. And you might not want to quit. You might just want to take a break. So that's episode 18. Okay. So all of those episodes right there, I think are super great episodes for you to be able to dig into why social media is not working for you. And I think that you'll find that you are one of the majority, not the minority. Okay, so we are all done with our questions today. Before you leave, 2 things for you. Number 1, I want you to tell me what was your best moment today. So if you're new here, you just type hashtag best moment. I love to finish our town halls this way and our trainings this way. So hashtag best moment. What was it that you heard today that made you think like, oh, that I felt that. Or what was it today that you heard that you're like, I'm going to go do that right now? It could be the weirdest thing. What was it that made you feel that? What was it that you heard? Okay. So, what was your best moment today? And while you're doing that, I also want to let you know this live is January 8th. If you are free on January 11th and you do not have your email marketing set up for 2025, we're running a workshop. Yeah. So if you are interested in this workshop, head over to travelmarketingandmedia.com/events. I will show you step by step. It's a half-day workshop with me live, not pre-recorded, and you'll get the recording as well. If you can't make it, you can just have the recording. Step by step by step by step, how to set up your email marketing, how to create email sequences, how to create opt-in forms, all the things. Okay, all the things. So go over to travelmarketingandmedia.com/events. If you are interested, it's going to be on January 11th. Okay, so I want to know, what are your best moments? I'm going to pop a few of them up on the screen because I think this is the best way to finish out our day. And just a quick reminder that if you are anywhere in the country, whether it's ice or fires, stay safe, take care of yourself. I think that it's super important to be able to just put the business down and stop for a second and just pour into your family or yourself. Take a nap if you need to. I was so stressed yesterday, I just took a nap, 30-minute nap. I think it's really important. Okay, so right here, Visionary Travels with Michelle. Best moment, meeting Renee and finding she changed host too. We will be in Paris, and it's and is focusing on Pinterest and LinkedIn too. Lots in common. Oh my gosh, so good. So you guys are coming to Paris. I love that. Okay, best moment from Anne Marie is travel prize at events. See, for some of you, it's like the smallest thing you took away, but it could be the most impactful thing, right? Best moment by Laurie, info to check the trademark listing. Never thought of that. Thank you. You're so welcome. And you're about to change your business name, maybe. David, best moment was the discussion on Facebook groups. Who'd have thunk it? But that's what you needed to hear today, David. Okay. Cheryl says travel promotion items at events. Very good. Laura's best moment was your social post. Oh, the one I did for engagement. I'll check that in a minute. Maybe there won't be any responses because you're all here. Amy said her best moment was inspired to create a yearly travel magazine. Yes. But Amy, I'm going to challenge you, before you create that travel magazine, do yourself a favor and jump into ChatGPT and say, I want to create a travel magazine. It's going to act as a lead magnet to grow my email list. What are some ways that I can promote this magazine so that it drives new traffic to my website? And I want you to have that plan first. Laurie says the email marketing event is awesome. Learned new things and it's so much easier. Yes, Laurie participated. So it was we did 2 different days, exactly the same content, but you could just pick a date. And Laurie came to the first one, and it is so good. Lexi says finding you and listening was my best moment. Lexi, it was your first time. This is what we do here at Travel Marketing and Media. Shayla says her best moment was steps to update the business plan using the blueprint. Yes, ma'am. You don't need to have a whole business plan, my friend. Es demasiado. Okay. Travel Hub Peyton says, is there going to be another Pinterest class or LinkedIn? Yes. So we are opening our Pinterest course, and it's probably going to be next month. I would imagine February. Yes. I love Pinterest. Pinterest is so good for travel businesses. If things are not working for you in other places, it's worth looking into Pinterest. Next month, we're going to do a free Pinterest masterclass, a free one. And then if you want to, that masterclass will tell you if you want to do Pinterest or not for your business. And if you do, then you should go ahead and buy our course. The course is really good. Like, some of the results that we've had come out are amazing. As always, we don't promise results for anyone for anything. And you have to be willing to do the work. You have to be open to testing things. For some of you, you will get results immediately. For others, it could be a long game of 6 months. But the feedback we've had about the course is so good, and Pinterest is really working well for us, and I believe that will too for you, if you can come together and find a way that works for you and that you're consistent. Renee said she's so excited to meet in Paris. I know, super excited to meet in Paris. Deb said pointing us to the TMM website to find what you need. Oh my gosh, Deb, the simplest thing, showing everybody the footer in our website to find everything you need. Rebecca, hi Rebecca. She said to go back to the blueprint again. That's what she needed. She's learned a lot in the last year, and it's time to update plans and goals. Yes, ma'am. And I believe that I'm seeing you in Paris in a few weeks' time. Well, in March. Okay, Renee says to update her business plan and start with the commission calculator again now that she's changed host agencies and her niche. So loads and loads of best moments in there. I love that. I really like this as well. I listen to these podcasts all the time and more than once. Our podcast is so good. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget that if you do want to come to Paris with us, if you want to partake in this 6-month coaching program called Insightful, you're going to get myself, you're going to get Margie Jordan. I think you get like 4 or 6 masterclasses. 3 of them are in person on the ship. You get a 4-night cruise. Everything is included. And it's way more affordable than you think. So head over to travelmarketingandmedia.com/insightful. Thank you so much for all your well wishes. Yes, I will stay safe with my little family. I'm going to go now and check the Watch app to see what's going on in my city, put the news on. I have a question for you. If you can answer a question for me in the chat. You might have noticed my white ring because it's ridiculously blinding. It's a plastic ring. It's the test ring for the Aura Health ring. If anyone has the real ring, I'm just testing what finger I want to wear it on and the size. Let me know in the chat if you love it or not, or if you hate it, even let me know in the chat, because I'm on the fence about buying it. It might be a fire distraction, I don't know. I'm on the fence about buying it, and so I'm wearing the test ring to see if I like wearing something this thick, but I'd love to know your feedback. Okay, that's all for me now. Have a beautiful day wherever you are, and just remember, you are where you are. And to get to where you're going, something has to change. You, not the world around you, not your clients, something within you has to change. It could be as simple as digging deep and listening to a podcast episode and then following something up. It could be as simple as doing the commission calculator. It could be as simple as just looking back at your business goals again. It could be as simple as watching through these town halls. Love doing these with you. I will see you next month, February, for Travel Marketing Town Hall. I'm Sandra McLemore, and have a great day. Bye for now.